Hello friends and welcome to Parks Crafty Creations. I'm your host, Brian Parks. Have you ever made a quilt where the fabrics looked absolutely beautiful individually, but once everything was sewn together, the pattern just kind of disappeared? Or maybe you've made a garment where all the colors technically matched, but somehow the finished piece still felt a little flat or visually unbalanced? If so, chances are the issue wasn't actually the colors themselves, but rather the value. And honestly, value may be one of the most important concepts in sewing and quilting that almost nobody talks about. In my last video on color theory, we covered the basics, including things like the color wheel, warm versus cool colors, and different color schemes. But today, we're diving into the thing that often matters even more than color itself. We're talking about value and contrast. And once you understand this concept, it completely changes how you choose fabric. Before we jump in, if you enjoy this content, be sure to give us a like down below, as it really does help out the channel. Do it now please, and if you're new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe and ring that notification bell icon so you'll never miss out whenever a new video drops. Alright, let's talk about value. Now, when artists and designers talk about value, we're simply talking about how light or dark a color is. That's it. Black has a very dark value. White has a very light value. Gray sits somewhere in the middle. But here's where things get interesting. Completely different colors can actually share very similar values. For example, you can have a medium blue, a medium red, and a medium green. While these colors are obviously different, they may all appear almost identical in brightness. And when fabrics have similar values, they visually blend together. This is one of the biggest reasons quilt patterns can have a tendency to disappear. Your eye stops seeing separate shapes and instead starts seeing one large visual mass. Now, sometimes that soft blending effect is intentional, but other times it makes all your hard work vanish. And this can actually be a little frustrating when you're first learning quilting or sewing design principles, because you may think the issue is your technique, but sometimes the construction is perfectly fine. The real issue is simply that the values are too similar. This is why experienced quilters often sort fabrics not only by color, but also by value. In fact, many quilters will literally organize their fabrics into piles of lights, mediums, and darks before they even start designing, because value is what creates readability. It's what allows the eye to separate shapes and understand structure. And once you start paying attention to value, you begin noticing it everywhere. You'll start seeing it in graphic design, home decor, paintings, photography, and even movies. Cinematographers use value constantly to guide your attention towards the subject of a scene. Graphic designers use it to create hierarchy. Interior designers use it to create mood and balance. And quilters use it to create movement, contrast, and definition. It really is one of the foundational building blocks of visual design. Now, this is where value gets really interesting. Our brains naturally focus on color first. We think that fabric is blue, or that one is red, or that one is green. But your eye actually reads brightness and contrast before it fully processes color relationships. This is why two fabrics can look dramatically different in color, but still blend together visually. And this is also why some quilts look muddy even though the colors technically coordinate. Now, here's one of the easiest ways to test this. Take a photo of your fabric pull with your phone, and then turn the image black and white. Seriously, that's it. When the color disappears, all you're left with is value. Suddenly, you can clearly see which fabrics stand apart, which ones blend together, and whether your design has enough contrast. And honestly, sometimes this can be really surprising. You may think two fabrics are dramatically different because one is, say, blue and one is green. But once you remove the color, you suddenly realize they're almost identical in value. On the other hand, sometimes fabrics that don't seem like they should work together suddenly create amazing contrast once viewed in grayscale. This is why value can sometimes matter even more than color harmony itself. This trick is incredibly useful for quilting because it helps reveal whether your piecing will actually be visible once everything is sewn together. And once you start doing it, you'll never stop. Now, let's talk about something modern quilters use all the time: low volume fabrics. If you've heard that term before and weren't quite sure what it meant, this is where value comes into play. A low volume fabric is usually a very light fabric with subtle patterning. It may include tiny text, faint florals, soft dots, or delicate geometric prints. From a distance, these fabrics still read mostly as light values, but up close, they add texture and visual interest. This is one reason low volume fabrics are so popular in modern quilting. They create breathing room, they soften transitions, and they allow brighter or darker fabrics to stand out without the background feeling completely flat. You can almost think of them as visual texture instead of bold pattern. And because they stay relatively light in value, they don't compete as aggressively for attention. This is also why they work so well as background fabrics. And if you look closely at many modern quilts, you'll notice that low volume fabrics are often doing a lot of heavy lifting in the design. They create separation without becoming distracting. They soften transitions between stronger fabrics, and they help prevent the quilt from feeling visually overcrowded. This is one reason beginners sometimes struggle when using only bold fabrics. Without quieter areas, the eye never really gets a place to rest. Now, while quilters tend to notice value issues more dramatically, this absolutely applies to garment sewing too. Value can influence how structured or balanced a garment feels. For example, dark fabrics tend to visually recede and feel heavier, while lighter fabrics naturally draw attention forward. This is why darker side panels can create a slimming effect. It's also why lighter collars, cuffs, or yokes naturally attract the eye. And if you place two fabrics with very similar values next to each other, seams and design lines become softer and less noticeable. That can be beautiful if you want an elegant and subtle look. But if your goal is bold contrast or dramatic paneling, you'll usually want stronger value separation. So, even in garment sewing, value helps control emphasis, structure, and overall visual balance. And honestly, once you start understanding value, you begin realizing that many high-end fashion designs are actually using relatively simple color palettes. What makes them feel sophisticated is often the balance of contrast, placement, and visual structure. So, let me give you a few practical exercises you can try right away. First, take photos of your fabric pulls in black and white. Honestly, this may be the single best habit you can develop when choosing fabrics. And don't just do this once. Try it regularly. The more you practice identifying value, the faster your eye becomes at recognizing it automatically. Second, try building a fabric palette using only light, medium, and dark values. Ignore complicated color schemes for now and focus purely on contrast. You can even challenge yourself by limiting your palette to only 3 or 4 fabrics. Sometimes, fewer fabrics actually make value relationships easier to understand. Third, study quilts you already love and ask yourself why the design stands out so clearly. A lot of the time, the answer is value control. Try squinting your eyes slightly when looking at quilts online or in books. Squinting naturally reduces detail and helps you focus more on large value shapes instead of tiny fabric details. This is actually a technique artists use all the time. And finally, the next time you shop for fabric, stop looking only at color. Start asking yourself, how light or dark is this fabric compared to the others? You may even want to separate fabrics into piles of lights, mediums, and darks while shopping. That one little habit alone can dramatically improve your fabric selection, because once you start seeing value, you can't unsee it. And honestly, once this concept clicks, choosing fabrics becomes much less intimidating. You stop relying purely on instinct or guessing. Instead, you start understanding why certain combinations work and why others struggle. And that's where color theory really becomes useful. Not as a set of strict rules, but as a tool that helps you make intentional design choices with confidence. At the end of the day, understanding value gives you a huge amount of control over your sewing and quilting projects. It helps you create stronger contrast, clearer designs, better focal points, and more visually balanced projects. And honestly, it's one of the fastest ways to make your work look more intentional and professionally designed. Now, I'd love to hear from you. Have you ever made a quilt where the pattern disappeared because the fabrics were too similar in value? Or have you ever used the black and white photo trick before? Let me know down in the comments below. And of course, if you found this video helpful, make sure to give it a like down below. And if you're new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe and ring that notification bell icon so you'll never miss out whenever a new video drops. Thank you so much for joining me today. I've been Brian Parks for Parks Crafty Creations. Happy sewing, and we'll see you next time.